The Senate convened at 10:30 a.m. Thursday to continue discussing the bill after it passed a procedural vote on Wednesday. Debate is limited to 20 hours and Democrats are doing most of the talking right now as Republicans hash out key details before a final vote. Though Republicans sound optimistic, party leaders still do not have firm commitments from enough senators to ensure the bill will pass. Senator John McCain says he'll vote yes on Senate tax bill, but Senator Susan Collins of Maine says she is still not committed to voting for the bill. Main areas of contention are whether to include a trigger to offset deficit impact and how low to make the corporate tax rate. Senator John McCain, the Republican from Arizona who was the deciding vote against repealing the Affordable Care Act, said on Thursday that he will vote in favor of the Senate tax cut bill. "I believe this legislation, though far from perfect, would enhance American competitiveness, boost the economy, and provide long overdue tax relief for middle-class families," Mr. McCain said in a statement. Mr. McCain was seen as a wild card because of his willingness to buck his party's leadership in the health care vote earlier this year. He also voted against big Republican tax cut packages in 2001 and 2003. Some Republicans were worried that Mr. McCain could vote against the bill because of his sour relationship with President Trump. But Mr. McCain said that he was satisfied that the tax overhaul went through regular order in the Senate, with sufficient public hearings and opportunities for amendments. While he said he remained concerned about the deficit and acknowledged that the tax bill is not perfect, Mr. McCain said that on balance it would be good for the country. "It's clear this bill's net effect on our economy would be positive," Mr. McCain said. "I'm ready to vote," said Senator John Kennedy, Republican of Louisiana. "It is time for us to saddle up and ride and go vote." Senator Susan Collins remains a key senator to watch, given she has yet to commit to the bill and could be the deciding vote between a tax bill that passes and one that fails. On Thursday, Ms. Collins outlined some of her priorities and concerns at a breakfast sponsored by the Christian Science Monitor. On her vote, Ms. Collins said she remains concerned about the impact of the Senate plan to repeal the Affordable Care Act mandate that most Americans buy insurance or pay a penalty, and also wants to ensure that taxpayers can continue to deduct some state and local taxes, a provision known as SALT. Ms. Collins said that as of Thursday morning she was optimistic about the measures after conversations with President Trump and Senate leaders. On the trigger, Ms. Collins said she had concerns that if economic growth does not meet expectations, the trigger would be a gut punch to the economy at precisely the moment programs like Medicaid and unemployment compensation are most needed. On the corporate tax rate, Ms. Collins said she was open to nudging the corporate tax rate above the 20% currently envisioned in the Senate bill. On automatic spending cuts that could be required by tax bill,